Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus, guys, bringing you more than the meta. So guys, I want to talk about the Philadelphia playbook. I actually built out multiple different formations as far as offensive schemes out of this playbook that you guys can plug into and basically show your opponent something different than they're normally seeing. And you still actually have access to some of those very meta formations like the trips tight end offset or the bunch offset, which is a very good formation in Philly. But I'm going to provide you guys a lot more plays that you can throw into your scheme. Now on my Patreon account, which you see down in the notes, I actually have a full scheme broken out, and I've actually broken out multiple formations on how I'd run those formations against my opponent. But I've got a mega scheme that I built out with basically about 6 different formations, starting with this formation, which is going to be the doubles off close. I'm going to show you basically 2 plays in this formation that I use to harass my opponents, and it's a really good scheme. Another formation that I'm going to use is going to be the tight Y off weak. I've got a money play I'm going to show you guys, and then the doubles offset, which is a quick snap play that you can use against your opponent and drive them nuts, and it's very easy to make progressions and reads. So let's talk about the formation, which is my base formation, the doubles off close. What I love about this particular formation is that it's got a nice unique running play that you can go ahead and include with a passing play. So the running play that I like to use here is the RPO alert X screen. And I'm just going to go against some random defenses. And basically what I'm doing is, the only problem with this, only bad thing about this play is that you only can run the ball off to the right. But what I do is I'm going to essentially go ahead and motion this guy out. And I'm going to go ahead and double team the edge defender on the offensive line. And what this is going to do is it's going to provide me some really good blocking to the outside. And sometimes you'll get leverage where you can get inside and cut it inside in between the tackles or the offensive linemen. So this is how I run this particular play. I'm going to go and run this, stretch this ball out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the seal and then kick this ball out. Now, typically what I'll do is I'm going to blend in an inside run. My scheme actually has a different play, but what you can do is you show your opponent essentially the same look, slide this guy out, and then just run the ball to the inside, and it just catches him off, and sometimes you can get runs off to the left. So this is a scheme that I use. I'm going to show you a cut of some footage of me using this right now. Okay, so the next play we're going to take a look at that I run a lot online is this particular play, which is a switch X comeback. In particular because it's got a glitchy route off to the right-hand side, which is that tight end route that can basically get into an area that your opponent has to defend. Now, how I like to run this is I want to have a backside read, so I'll take that backside receiver Brown and put him on a slant route. That'll give me a read on the backside. But I used to leave the streak and just leave the streak up for Smith and leave him where he was at, but I found that it's not as effective as using a whip route because then it gives me a quick, easy man read. So once again, I'm going to show the same running look to my opponent. I'm going to slide this guy out, and my first read is going to be this tight end on the outside. Now that I forced that in there, but I'm going to show you how it opens up for you. So we're going to set this up. Motion this guy out like before. And then if I get man, I can hit this little whip underneath. Motion this guy out. And if nobody goes out to that guy, you want to go ahead and hit that flat and just go ahead and pop that. So motion this guy out. And you can see how he's just wide open. You can get an easy completion if there's no shell coverage over there on the outside. Now, if a guy's usering off that backside, this is why I have this this slant route in the back over on the left side, is that you can always go check it back to the backside if this user's floating around trying to take away that route concept. But this is it's a play that I've used a lot, and I'm going to show it to you online and how I had opponents really struggling with it right now. So the next play we're going to take a look at is going to be flanker spot, and you can run this stock, or you can essentially go ahead and make adjustments. So one of the adjustments that I found, if you don't want to run the stock, is to go ahead and flat out your backside receiver, brown, and actually streak up your running back, because that will kind of give you a fast read. So my first progression is going to be brown. Then I'm going to look for the corner route with Watkins over the top, and then if defenders are floating up, I'll look to Sanders, and then the in route by Smith. So if I get a man read, I'm going to go ahead and try to hit this corner route for a big completion, like so. And the running back route can be available for you if the defenders float out and play Mabel coverage. Also, you've got the in route over the top that you can use against your opponent to catch him off guard if he's using a lot of man coverages too. Now, you can use this play stock and actually use this to go ahead and throw a ball on the inside against your opponent. And another thing I've noticed too with this particular play is this tight end route. It actually will get you an easy, like, 3 or 4 yard completion, especially against man press. So that's what I love about this play, is it just has a lot of flexibility with it. You got your inside routes, you've got your corner routes. You can attack the flat against your opponent, and you got a guy over the middle of the field. So this is a good play to have in your back pocket, and I'll show you me running this play a few times. Now the next play we're going to take a look at is out of formation that I love to use, which is the gun doubles, whether it's offset or doubles, standard doubles formation. But the play we're going to look at is going to be flanker spot. This actually has really good man and zone reads, and it has a sail concept off to the right that can get you some easy completions. This is a play that you can actually go back to the well on a regular basis, and it's very hard to lock up. Typically what I like to do is I like to streak up the outside receiver, the red receiver, because he's going to clear out the zone for the corner route with the tight end. But my first progressions are going to be off on the left-hand side to see if I get my man beater with the whip route. So we're going to streak up the outside receiver. Also, what you got here too is this dig route above that whip. So if that whip is taken away by zones, you can always go above that and try to hit that outside route. Now we do have a sail concept off the left, and that is another thing that you can look to against certain zone coverages. But if your opponent's running zone coverages against you, you can hit this deep corner over the top of that coverage. Or if it's available to you, you can always go ahead and check it down to the running back underneath and just pick up the easy yards. So this is another play that I like to use in my scheme. What I love about it is that it's one quick adjustment with a streak to clear out that corner route. You got zone beaters on the right-hand side. You've got your man beaters on the left and zone beaters on the left too. So this is a really phenomenal play, and I build it into the rest of the scheme with the doubles formation. So guys, if you want to see this full Philadelphia playbook scheme, this is non-meta. It's not something your opponent's going to see. Just go ahead and check out my Patreon channel. I'm also going to be working on a 49ers playbook too. I've already got a scheme that's going to use some of the similar concepts that we just broke down out of the single back doubles off close. I've got some better plays out of that, which I think are going to really turbocharge the scheme, and we're going to build off an entire scheme off the 49ers. So once again, guys, thank you for your support, and until next time.